Yeah, pero definitely dapat magkaroon ng accountability dito. And kasi dalawang buhay po yung nawala, no, kawawa. Imagine nyo po yung nangyari lalo rito kay Rene. Less than a week. Simula lumipad siya from Davao to Manila. He left
Correct.
a hometown hero and then he went back in a coffin.
Again, clearly masakit. Masakit sa buong bansa, no? Hindi lang, of course, ang pinakamasakit would be the family.
Opo.
Clearly merong accountability, but like any other offense or crime, nagkakaroon ng pagkakataon sa settlement. Kung ako ang nasa side ng university at ng coach, I will try to explore a settlement and hopefully mag-agree both parties. At kung sakali magkakaroon ng settlement, then syempre kailangan i-require ng halimbawa ng school na kailangan may quit claim, etc. So I don't know the status kung meron ng complaint na nire-ready. So abangan natin yan, Christian.
Opo, pero sa akin naman po, attorney, kung umabot sa punto ng settlement yan, they have to make sure that they would reform that system to make sure that won't happen again.
Not just for basketball, but for other sports, hindi lang for student athletes, pati for professional athletes, pati for national athletes, no? Pati for recreational athletes. Kailangan i-revise, i-update ang mga safety protocols, medical protocols. And by the way, this coming Monday, ang ilalabas kong infographic, 7 deaths in sporting events. No, this is not the first time na nagkaroon ng namatay sa isang sporting event. Isang 14-year-old football player namatay dahil allegedly napakainit. Last year, isang member ng Gilas women's basketball team namatay during training. At sana naiwasan daw yun kung merong defibrillator available. So maraming issues sa triathlon. Merong namamatay sa swimming portion, and meron tayong decided case sa Supreme Court na isang minor sumali sa half marathon. Yung ruta ng organizer was unsafe. Kaya nabunggo yung bata ng jeep at namatay. Sabi ng Supreme Court, liable yung organizer dahil kapabayaan niya sa pagpili ng ruta at yung kanya mga marshals ay hindi trained. At sabi pa sa kasong ito, kahit pa pumirma yung bata ng waiver, the waiver does not excuse negligence, does not excuse unsafe conditions, does not excuse untrained personnel. No? So, meron na tayong ganyang Supreme Court case. Kaya sana huminto na itong mga ganito. Again, safety protocol, yun ang ating sinusulong, Christian.
Maganda po yung binanggit nyo, no? Yung waiver, hindi siya excuse for negligence. Kasi baka isipin ng iba, teka, touch move yan, pumirma na kayo. Pinayagan yung mga anak nyo para makibahagi dito sa ganitong programa. Hindi naman ibig sabihin nun, hayahay na yung mga dapat nagpo-provide ng safe environment. Diba? Second home yung school, hindi po ba?
Correct. Kaya nga tumatay yung magulang natin, magulang ng kabataan, ang school at sa usapin ng student athlete, ang coaches. Again, yung waiver will only excuse you from what we call foreseeable risk. So, meaning na-anticipate. Dapat meron kang protocol. Kasi pag unforeseeable, like itong nangyari nga doon sa minor na nabundol ng jeep, hindi naman siya sumali ng half marathon para mabunggo ng jeep. Kaya hindi yon covered ng waiver, Christian.
May isa pa po akong gusto itanong dito sa I suppose this has to do with the team culture. Paano po kung magkaroon sila ng parang code of omerta na yung mga naging bahagi ng ganitong klaseng training under Tab Baldwin were under strict instructions never to talk about the details of such training. In particular, itong nangyari kung saan meron dalawang namatay. How would that play out in this particular case, for instance?
Alam mo, itong issue nga, pinapirma daw yata ng NDA, non-disclosure agreement, ang mga kapwa player, no? Kaya't hindi natin sila, wala silang sinasabi sa ngayon kasi pumirma sila sa isang kontrata, no?
Would that be valid? I mean,
Yun,
namatay?
again, iba yung liability for the death, iba rin yung scope ng NDA. Pero clearly, the NDA ayaw, yun nga yung issue, lack of transparency. Ayaw nilang magsalita ang mga atleta kasi baka merong sabihin ang mga atleta na baka makapinsala kung kanino man. Kaya't another issue yan, itong NDA. Most likely, it will be considered valid. Pero ang tanong, yan ba ay ethical?
May gusto ko po i-push yung conversation na yun. Again, I'm not sure whether meron po talaga non-disclosure agreement. Pero sa isang pagkakataon kung saan meron pong namatay, hindi po ba magiging tantamount to obstruction of justice yan? Kung hindi mo ilalabas yung alam mo na nangyari at kung may nakita kang negligence at hindi ka magsasalita simply because of an NDA.
Yun nga, no? Maraming tanong ang taong bayan dahil naka-NDA. Well, yung mga fellow players nila walang sinasabi, tikom ang bibig. For a time, may parang gag order daw si coach at nagsalita lang siya in a controlled environment at lumabas ito kahapon. So the NDA may be valid, pero ang tanong, yan ba ay appropriate lalo na sa ngayon? I suppose gusto nila maging maingat at baka may masabi nga itong mga players na hindi appropriate. So again,
Given given what happened, do you think Ateneo should fire Tab Baldwin?
Again, that's the decision of the university.
I mean, just your opinion given the gravity of what happened.
I think that could be a solution. It will not cure. It will not solve the problem. Kasi kahit na tanggalin or i-retain si coach, that doesn't mean na maabsuelto si coach or maabsuelto ang Ateneo. Pero mahalagang move yan or step para magkaroon ng kahit papano preliminary justice sa nangyayari. But again, hindi ko alam if that's being considered by Ateneo at this point. Abangan din natin kung anong gagawin ng university. At of course, if empleyado ang turing kay Coach Baldwin, then mahalaga yung tinatawag nating due process, no? Meron bang basihan at meron bang nakapagpaliwanag ba yung empleyado sa nangyari? And papasok lang yung usapin ng UAAP. Lumabas din sa social media na bakit sa ibang pagkakataon may indefinite suspension na pinataw ang UAAP, but how come in this case bahala raw ang school? So
bakit nga ba?
That's another issue, Christian.
Ano po ba tingin niyo? Nagiging inconsistent ba yung UAP dito? Si Attorney Agra, he was talking about, for instance, yung nangyari during the pandemic. Yung nagkaroon ng bubble, itong UST Tigers under then Coach Aldin Ayo. And correct. He was penalized for that. I think he was forced to resign.
Or indefinite suspension yata, no? So,
or binana, I'm not sure. Bawal na mag-coach sa UAP.
Ang mahalaga din dito kasi yung consistency in policies, no? Kasi pag hindi ka naging consistent, then nagkakaroon tuloy ng perception, nagkakaroon tuloy ng discrimination, nagkakaroon tuloy ng perception of favoritism. Kaya't bakit daw ganun ang nangyari? Hindi daw patas. Kaya't marami ring hindi masaya sa hindi pagkakapantay-pantay na implementasyon ng policy. Ang tanong kasi is, Meron bang written policy din ang UAAP sa aspetong ito? Yun ang hindi ko masasagot kung meron.
Opo. Puntahan din po natin yung issue ng possible liability under the Anti-Hazing Act. Ito
Yes.
fina-float ng ibang mga tao dahil dun sa impormasyon na lumalabas na very punishing yung military style bootcamp under Tab Baldwin. Kailan po ba dadako doon sa Anti-Hazing Act yung isang
May
training session like this?
Yeah, may dalawang mahalagang elemento no para pumasok sa anti-hazing. Una, yung uri ng parusa, whether psychological or physical, brutal ba yan, dangerous ba yan, mapanganib ba yan. So that's one. The other one would be ano yung dahilan para makapasok ka sa isang samahan, including a varsity team, or nakapasok ka na pero para manatili kang membro, in this case of a varsity team. So, kailangan mo makonect yung dalawang yon. Kung ano yung antas degree ng physical activity at bakit to be part of the team or to remain as member of the team, no? So, meron bang matatawag ba natin na meron talagang consent galing sa atleta? Yung iba kasi sinasabi nila hindi naman napagbigyan, wala naman talagang tunay na consent na binigay yung atleta dahil pinagawa ng coach. Kaya yun, mahalagang issue yun kasi that's another crime if ever. Kaya so far, 2 krimen ang pwede kung sakaling hahantong doon. Reckless imprudence resulting in homicide. And number 2, violation of the Anti-Hazing Act.
Okay. Finally, attorney, ano ba mga leksyon na pwede nating mapulot dito sa kalunos-lunos na nangyari dito po sa dalawang student athletes?
Safe sport, safe environment, safe space. Yan ang sinusulong ko, no? Ang sports ay para sa lahat. Lalo na ang mga officials, coaches, meron tayong responsibility, no? I'm not saying walang responsibility ng mga atleta, meron din, no? Pero sa isang sporting environment or any environment for that matter, Christian, dapat ligtas. Walang karahasan, walang bullying, walang hazing, walang sexist remarks, walang homophobic remarks, walang psychological, walang diskriminasyon. Kailangan ligtas ang environment sa usapin ng sports kasi I believe this is our right. This is a human right which we can demand from the school, from the state, from government, from athletic associations, Christian.